All right, hello, my name is Mr. Whyzguy, and as you can see, this is my channel. Do what's on screen. Thank you very much. We're gonna be watching Rad Feminist instantly quits debate after hearing Destiny's logic. And yeah, so sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy this very short clip.
Supposedly that's already happening. Supposedly these women are already
I didn't ask
signing
supposedly if it's
contracts
happening.
saying...
I'm asking if that was
yeah, but
reality.
I'm talking about what happens in the reality.
But I don't
actually.
I don't. The problem is that right now I don't know.
I mean, we could also say like,
I don't know what you're. I don't know what
you're.
I don't know what you're opposed to right now. I don't even know what part you, because it seems like what you're saying is women being pressured into sex trafficking is bad, but literally nobody disagrees with you there. But that's like a very like illegitimate position to take when the behind position is actually you would outlaw all pornography. That's what it sounds like I've heard you push for, or you'd make almost all of this illegal. So if that's the case, then I want to hear that position. I don't want to hear I think people shouldn't be pressured into porn, because everybody agrees with you. I agree with you. But so I'm asking if you could find a way hypothetically to remove all of the pressure, would you still be okay with people doing porn?
I don't think.
See, he's trying to desperately understand her position and not just the talking point that everyone uses. And I don't think she wants to give her actual position. She just wants to virtue signal and say what she's supposed to say, you know?
What I don't think it should be legal to do is to pay somebody else for sex.
Why not?
I don't think it's possible to ban pornography. I don't think it's...
So she just wants to get rid of, there we go. Yeah, she doesn't want people paying other people for sex. What did he say though?
Pay somebody else for sex.
Why not?
I don't think it's possible to...
Oh, why not? So he's going a level deeper. Why don't you like that? Wait, what's the fundamental principle underneath that doesn't rope every other job out there?
To ban pornography, I don't think it's possible.
Wait, why shouldn't it be legal for
prostitution.
two consenting people to do a monetary exchange for sex?
Because I think that it's coercive and exploitative to pay somebody to engage in sex acts that they don't want to engage in. I think...
Okay, you can have that stance, but that means like, if that's her principled stance, which I don't think she has a principled stance. But if that is her principled stance, let's just use a hypothetical here, then you're against all things that you're against basically every kind of other company out there that pays people to do things that they don't want to do. But I think her response is like, well, it's specifically because it's the sex act part, and then they dive even deeper. Okay, so what about the males? What if it's like the males doing? What if it's the roles reversed, the genders were reversed? What would you say then? And then I think she's like, I mean, I guess she doesn't have a strong enough. She doesn't really have. Okay, whatever. I'm just
it's
keep going.
unethical.
Yeah, I know that it's unethical. I know you think it's unethical. That's the whole. That's what we're trying to figure out.
A woman who doesn't want to be with him is an unethical person.
Okay, but I'm trying to figure out if two people are mutually consenting. You keep saying coercive just because there's an exchange of money involved, right? If I pay for somebody for a massage, is that coercive because they'd rather not be massaging me? They probably would rather not be, but if they're getting paid money for it and it's their job, of course they'll do it. So I'm trying to figure out what is the inherently coercive thing when two consenting people are exchanging money for sex.
Do you think that there's a difference between somebody getting raped and somebody being paid to sell a cup of coffee? I mean, I think that we all know that
That's a garbage.
Do you think that there's a difference between somebody getting raped and somebody being paid to sell a cup of coffee?
Yeah, that's a terrible analogy. Because obviously, yeah, there's a difference. Paying for a cup of coffee, it's completely different than paying them nothing and you still doing that when they don't want to do it. What she should have said is paying them to have that word, and comparing it to paying it to getting a cup of coffee. Those two things, those are two same transactions, but she decided to use something that isn't even a paying transaction and something that's forceful versus another person paying to get a cup of coffee. That was a bad analogy. It didn't really, like, she's comparing apples to like apples with spots on it, which isn't the same thing, but it's so closely related that people would mistakenly think that it's the same thing.
I mean, I think that we all know that sex is a particularly intimate act.
Why are we
wherein
comparing?
women are
Wait, why are we comparing
particularly
rape to
vulnerable.
coffee? Hold on.
Because
I'm not
you're
talking
saying
about
that all
paying
work is
somebody.
exploitative and that
I'm not
all people
I'm
are
not-
being coerced into work. So you
I'm not-
made the
no,
comparison, so that's what I'm responding to.
I'm challenging your
So
assertion
a massage
that
is not the same
I'm
thing as having a dick
challenging
in
your
mouth.
assertion that all forms of money for work are coercive necessarily. Now, if you want to go that route, we can go there.
I
but I
didn't
don't
say
think that's
that.
true.
You said
okay,
that.
then I'm asking. No, because you said that a man paying a woman for sex is coercive inherently, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
If it's two consenting people, why is that a coercive act?
Because she wouldn't be doing it otherwise.
That's every single job ever.
Okay, so you made it to the end. I'm just here to remind you to don't be disrespectful and throw a comment down below because you left without saying anything, and that's not cool. Remember to do things on the screen right now, and thanks for watching. This is an automated system, by the way.